So today I wanted to do a quick video about my birth plan. I just found this one off of Pinterest. I just searched printable birth plan and this is what popped up. I'm not really doing anything crazy. I do know I have a lot of complications. I am pretty sure I will be induced, so unless I spontaneously go into labor on my own, which possibly could happen. We actually were in labor and delivery last night at 34 weeks. I was having contractions every 2 to 3 minutes by the time I ended up in there, and they had been like that for 3 hours. Thankfully, I am only 1 centimeter. My water didn't break. We were able to get the contractions to die down. So now I am just home resting. We'll see what happens, but most likely I probably am going to be induced. So this was just pretty much a standard birth plan. It has your information on the top. And then like it went on to say like, where are you planning on having your birth? And then pretty much, just because I don't want to show you like my personal information, then it just went on to have like stuff like this, which I will read it off to you. It says labor and birth. It says equipment or environment. You know, it says, do you want to dim the lights, aromatherapy? I am just going to tell you what I want to have. I'm not going to go through the whole list because it's kind of silly, but it did ask, is it okay to have training medical staff during your labor and delivery, which I said is fine because I am a very odd case. So I think it's great to have people in there that are learning because they may see something that they never see again. So I'm perfectly fine with that. Another thing is I would like to keep as active as I can while I can. I know once I get the epidural, it's all over. I can't anyways. But up until that point, I do like to try to like walk around. I am continuously monitored because I am most likely going to be induced again. So you do have to stay hooked up. But if I can get on the fitness ball or sit in a chair, walk around the room, I like to do that because it just helps a little. And then I asked if there was any relaxing things. I put that I would love to have a massage, shower, hot or cold towels depending on how my mood is. I've been very hot this pregnancy, so probably would like cold, and the Fitball if they have one available. Obviously, there's only so many of them, and who knows how many people will be in labor. Then I went through like positions you like for labor. I said that, you know, while I'm in labor, I like to walk, squat, kneel, the birthing stool, standing, sitting, and then I said, what is your preferred birthing position? I know because I'll have the epidural, I have to lay down, unfortunately, or I'll have to be in the bed because you can't walk around once you have the epidural. So I did put that down as it would be laying down because obviously I know that's what's going to happen. Fetal monitoring, I pretty much know I will be continuously monitored because of the fact that I will be induced. Another thing is pain relief. I do want it offered as soon as possible. I did have an epidural with both my boys. I tried laboring with both of them with the Pitocin, which is the drug they give you to induce. I had it with both of them. I tried laboring with each of them. It just was not my cup of tea. It makes me more sick. It's just easier to get the epidural. And then, honestly, my labor stalls until I get the epidural. It really doesn't progress very well. I do get a lot of contractions, but I don't dilate. Once I get my epidural, it is like that. So this time around, I'm not playing around. I'll let the Pitocin like kick in for a couple hours, and once it starts to get too much, I'm not going to try to be Superwoman this time. Sorry, I'm getting kind of parched. Anyways, moving on. It asks how you feel about exams, like the vaginal exams. It is what it is. You want to check me, check me. If not, it's fine. To me, I'm like, it actually says no checking, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to know where I'm at. Another thing is if you would like different kind of pain release, like the gas or an epidural. I put both because I've never tried gas. I don't know if they offer it, honestly. If they do, I'd be up to trying it before getting an epidural. And then I asked if you would like episiotomy. I don't actually know if they do that anymore. I thought it was something they didn't do and they just let you tear. I did tear with both the boys. If they feel like it'll be better to do episiotomy, that's fine. But I tore with both the boys, so I'm kind of figuring I probably will with them. Delivery, I just put that this is one thing that I'm very adamant about. Though obviously it is within reason. If something is going wrong, I'm not going to push it. But I want to help deliver her. I did with Robert. Once his head and his shoulders were out, I was able to reach down and I actually pulled him out and onto my chest. I would like to do that again. My doctor said it was perfectly fine. I actually already went over this with her and she was fine with everything I had on here. That is that's like pretty much one of my main things is like, I do want to help pull out. Obviously, if it's okay. Obviously, if the baby's in distress, if I'm in distress, if something's going on, I'm not going to like make them stop trying to save us to pull the baby out, obviously. And immediately after delivery, obviously I want the baby right on my chest. I want to try to nurse. Ed wants to cut the cord. I want to hold the baby while they deliver the placenta. Sometimes they like take the baby away because they cut the cord, but I like to just keep the baby on me. I also want the baby to be examined in my presence. But I did find out that the hospital we are delivering at actually doesn't have like a nursery. They do have a nursery for like sick babies, but generally everything is done in your room. The baby stays with you the whole time, which is really, really nice. The other hospital I delivered the boys at was not like that, so I'm kind of happy with that. And I said if the baby cannot be examined in my presence, that I wanted Ed to go with the baby, which has kind of always been our thing because Jeffrey was early. He did need to have monitoring. Ed actually did go with him. And then it said assisted delivery, like forceps or anything like that. I really don't want that unless it's necessary. A cesarean, it said I want Ed present. I want to take photos if I can. I want them to lower the screen at delivery just so I can look. And I want the procedure described as it's happening, obviously within reason. If it needs to be an emergency, I'm not going to be like, now what are you doing? Like, no, get the baby out. Then it says the baby's care. I want to breastfeed, but I will formula supplement as needed. And I want to, and it asks if you want to meet with a lactation consultant, which I do, even though I am a lactation consultant, though my license has lapsed. But for some reason, after having babies, you literally, like, my brain is completely frozen and I cannot remember lactating. Like, I cannot remember how to do stuff. It's happened twice, with both boys, so I'm assuming it's going to happen again. So I just like to meet with them just to make sure everything is going perfectly fine. Then it asks if you want the vitamin K, which I do. We've done it with the other boys, doing it with her. And then the hepatitis shot, if you want that. Then it goes down, it asks if you have any special needs, like religion, language, anything like that. Another thing was the length of your stay in the hospital, and I like to stay as short as possible. They also do encourage that at our hospital. So, the minimum you can, that you have to stay is 24 hours, which obviously makes sense. Now, obviously 24 hours within reason. Obviously, if you deliver at 2 in the morning, they're not going to discharge you at 2 in the morning the next day. You stay, till, like 8 or 9 in the morning, which is fine. And that I'm perfectly fine with that. But I do like to come home as soon as possible. I feel like I recover better at home. You're in your own environment. It's just better. And other things, then it says, in the event that your baby requires special care due to trauma or illness, which is a possibility for us due to all of the issues I've been having, I would like to breastfeed or at least pump breast milk. I want Ed to be accompany the baby to be transferred to a hospital if they have to be transferred to another hospital for, better monitoring. And I would also like to be transferred to that baby's hospital if possible. So that's pretty much it. It was really straightforward. I really, like I said, I don't have anything crazy that I want. It's just a couple little things like the nursing, being able to pull her out. Other than that, I'm really, let's just get this baby out is kind of how I feel, the quickest way possible. That's all. So that's it. And if you guys have anything that maybe I missed that I might want to put on there, please put them in the comments below. If you had anything special that maybe I might like, put them down there too. And I'll see you guys next time.